charge about that. Today's gospel lesson is from Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. Then Jesus said there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of the property that will belong to me." So he divided his property between them. A few days later, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled to a distant country, and there he squandered his property in dissolute living. When he had spent everything, a severe famine took place throughout that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of the country, who sent him to the fields to feed the pigs. He would gladly have filled himself with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare, but here I am dying of hunger? I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands.' So he set off and went to his father. But while he was still far off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion, and ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to his father, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his slaves, 'Quickly, bring out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet, and get the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For his son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And they began to celebrate. Now his elder son was in the field. And when he came and approached the house, he heard the dancing and music. And he called one of the slaves and asked him what was going on. He replied, 'Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf, because he has gotten him back safe and sound.' Then he became angry and refused to go in. His father came out and began to plead with him. But he answered his father, 'Listen, for all these years I have been working like a slave for you, and I have never disobeyed your command. Yet you have never even given me a young goat so that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came back, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fatted calf for him.' Then the father said to him, 'Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice, because this brother of yours was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found.'" May God give his blessing to the reading and hearing of his holy word. This, of course, is traditionally known as the parable of the prodigal son. Now, for a long time, I thought the word prodigal meant disobedient or unfaithful. But then I looked it up in the dictionary one day, and the prodigal is a spendthrift. So this could be called the parable of the spendthrift son. And of course, the word prodigal never appears in the actual text. This was the name attached to it, I think, in the King James time. And so it's the parable of the spendthrift son who wasted all of his inheritance. But from the perspective of the older brother, this could be called the parable of an unfair father. He charges his father with unfairness, and he has a point. I mean, apparently the father hasn't given him a goat to celebrate. His father doesn't say, "Oh no, you remember that time?" And he's obeyed everything his father has said. And the story doesn't mention it, but I am sure what's going on in his mind is, okay, my brother has blown his share of the inheritance. Is now, when my father dies, he's still going to get an inherit half of what's left of mine. Am I going to have to share my inheritance with him? And there really are several parables that Jesus tells that shows that God can be unfair. You remember the story of Mary and Martha. Jesus is teaching at their house, and Martha's slaving away in the kitchen and putting food together and serving everybody and getting their drinks. And Mary, she had to be the younger sister. Just sitting at Jesus' feet, lapping up everything he has to say. And Martha is angry. Almost said something you shouldn't say in church. It's angry. He goes to Jesus and says, set her straight. Jesus says, no, Martha. You're the one who has to be set straight. Mary's done the right thing. You've made the poor choice. I had a lady in one church, her name was Virginia. And she was a sweet lady in kind of a cranky way. And we studied the story. She said, that's not right. Martha's right. She was treated wrong. I said, Virginia, Jesus said, Mary made right. I don't care if it's Jesus. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right. Another parable is the parable of the workers in the vineyard. Jesus goes to the local place where the people looking for day work hang out. And he hires a group of people at the very beginning of the day and says, I'll pay you $100 for a day's work. They say, okay. They go out, they start working in the field, decides it's not enough. He goes back 3 hours later, hires another group, goes back the third time, hires another group, and then an hour before quitting time, he goes out and he finds some guys that have been hanging out there, I guess, all day. No work. So he says, come on, get back in the pickup. I'm going to take you out, and I'll pay you. And so when it's time to pay, because those jobs are always done in cash, you know. The ones who had worked 1 hour for the first get $100 a day's wages. Well, you know the guys work all day. I worked 8 hours, 100 times, $100 times 8. I'm going to get $800. Man, it's bonanza. And they get to the front of the line, and the farmer gives them $100. The same as the people who worked 1 hour. They said, whoa, now, wait a minute. This ain't right. The farmer says, didn't we agree to $100 for a day's work? I've paid you what we agreed to. You resent my generosity. It's my money. I can do what I want. Now, if somebody reported to the National Labor Relations Board, they wouldn't see it that way. This is really not an advice on how to run a business. But the point of all these parables is that if we have to choose between love and fairness, love wins out every time. The purpose of the meaning of these parables is not that God is capricious and random and just does things with no purpose or reason. The point is that love is more important than fairness. It wasn't fair to throw a party for the younger son. But he could not contain his joy that his son who was dead is now alive, who was lost is found. Fairness has nothing to do with it. Something wonderful has happened. We have to celebrate. It wasn't fair for Martha to do all the work, but Jesus' point is it's more important to listen to him than to do the social niceties of being a hostess. It wasn't fair to pay the people who worked all day the same as those who worked just 1 hour. But the point is that everything we get from God is a gift. We can never earn God's riches. So whether it's a day or a year or a lifetime, it doesn't matter. God doesn't reward us for the work we've done. in Christ Jesus. I don't know if you notice this or not, but it's an incomplete story. It's not finished. We don't know what the older brother did. I hope he didn't smack his dad. But we don't know. Kind of reminds me of the famous ending of the series The Sopranos. Now, I've never watched that. Haven't seen a single episode of it. But the ending of that 6th season show has become famous. If you're not familiar with it, it's about the mafia. And the Sopranos are the lead family. And as the season is winding down, there's been a mafia war. And they think peace has been made, but they're not sure if it's been made in good faith. They don't know if peace has come or if the head of the family is a target for a white guy. And it finishes with the family gathered in a little diner. And it's very ambiguous. It might be just a nice little social scene, but a man has gone into the bathroom and hasn't come back. Sometimes guns were hidden in the bathroom so they could come out and do it. And the bell rings and somebody's walking in, but you don't see who walks in, and it might be the assassin. And just as the tension builds, what's going to happen? The screen goes black, and there's no sound. A lot of people thought their TV had gone out. And the next thing, a lot of people were mad. We've watched for 6 years, and you didn't tell us how it turned out. But now it's considered one of the great moments of TV. And you can go online and read these long debates about whether he was killed or wasn't killed. And they go back and quote, an episode in season 3 that gives a hint. It's an unfinished story. Well, Jesus did the same thing, but 2,000 years earlier. The father says to the older brother, "Come on, your brother is back. Come join the party." And the screen goes black, and there's silence. And we don't know what the older brother chooses. Now, the TV show left the story incomplete for dramatic purposes. But I think Jesus left it open-ended for moral purposes. I think he wants to think about, what would I do? No, change it. What do I do when I'm the older brother? Do I resent God's generosity to other people? Do I demand fairness instead of love? Do I hold back from rejoicing because I don't feel like it's fair to me? What do I do when I'm the older brother? What do you do when you are the older brother? We finish the story every day.